So my name is Joseph Ortiz, and how would you feel about relaxing in the most radioactive spot in the world? I personally wouldn't want to. But for the stalkers, that's what they like to do. They like to go and visit these places. So the main points I'm going to be talking about are the history of Chernobyl, the history of the stalkers personally, and are more like their origins and then their lifestyles. So the Chernobyl, it happened in the mid-80s. The reactor blew off, causing explosions and steam in the atmosphere. These explosions cost about 3,000 to 10,000 deaths. They're still not sure of how many the actual number is. And it caused massive evacuations, but the evacuations didn't happen right away. They were originally planned for 3 days after the initial explosion because the plant had told people that it was still safe and that people were doing weddings and there was no problem at all. But after investigations, they found that right when like 24 hours after, they had to evacuate everybody. So that right there caused plenty of deaths.
Main point two.
This has something else. History.
It's okay. I can help you out.
I don't even have the outline on there.
Oh, it is in the hour. Okay.
That's what I was
You sent me the wrong one. That's all right. Go ahead and continue.
So after that decision was made to evacuate, they had to decide. The government decided that they needed to take action. So they gave their army a choice, whether they had to go to the Afghan war or if they had to clean up debris for 2 minutes. And those people that chose that cleaning up debris for 2 minutes, they all died or they're very ill now. So that's why I wanted to tell you more of the history, so that when we get to why they do it, it's going to be insane. So my thesis was that that the stalkers were reckless and irresponsible subculture as a result of their origin. So their origin begins with their name. Their name was originally from a Russian novel. That Russian novel is exactly like the story it is now, where the government would hold zones where people couldn't get into so that they could loot. So that brings me to the first stalkers. The first stalkers were originally criminals. They were people who were either evading the law or they were looting themselves. So after that, it was the first generations of Ukrainians. The first generations of Ukrainians were the children from the initial disaster, and they just wanted to go and like have fun. That was their version of fun. And the current generation is the one that after the video game Stalker came out, and it has an abbreviation, but I don't remember the abbreviation. They decided that they would go for themselves because the video game wasn't enough. They needed to go and see. And they would set up chat rooms online to see what was the best way to go into the dead zones. And that brings me to their lifestyle.
Did you forget that? So National Geographic? Is that? Adrenaline hiding? Is that what you're talking about?
What?
Adrenaline hiding? Adrenaline of hiding? Or is this also the wrong one?
I don't remember.
The third main point, right?
Okay. So their lifestyles, of course, they're just adrenaline junkies. That's what their parents would tell them. And their main city, I don't have it right here, but it's called Pripyat. And that's where all the nuclear workers were. That was the home of the nuclear workers. And can't just
No, just try to finish it, man. Yeah. So if you forget something, just move on.
my conclusion. So I talked about the history of the stalkers, the history of Chernobyl, the history of the stalkers, and their lifestyle. And that was a result, the recklessness and irresponsibleness were a result of their
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph.